Hey guys, welcome to Cafe IO. In this video, we are going to be talking about why you should be upgrading from iPhone 11 to 15 or 15 Pro. So if you are one of the users like me who has used iPhone 11 for the past 3 years or so, this is probably the best time to upgrade. Now, I have been using this for exactly 3 years now. I purchased it in 2020 October and it has worked absolutely flawlessly since then. No complaints whatsoever. The battery health is now 75%, probably hundreds or maybe 1,000 hour plus of users, and that's probably something. And a phone is something that I use day in and day out. I use it for work. I use it for sometimes video recording, for shooting photos, reading, all that sort of stuff. But I also sometimes use it to do some super heavy stuff like video editing and stuff like that. So that's my utilization. I have been an iPhone 11 user, but I have waited for 15 and 15 Pro for a very long time. Let's watch the comparison in detail and why should you upgrade if you are using an 11. So what I have on the screen is a very simple comparison. You can obviously do this on your own or you can listen to my commentary. Now, colors aside, I'm just going to go deep into the technical features and talk about why it's worthy of an upgrade. Now, pricing wise, I think it's pretty much the same. If you buy any iPhone 15 or 15 Pro or any iPhone in general, you get some discounts which are from HDFC card, usually 5,000-6,000. Or if you have a phone lying around which is your current phone, you can easily trade in for some value. If you have an iPhone, you probably get a little more. If you have a low range phone, you probably get some couple of thousands. But usually it's very easy to get somewhere around 10-15,000 discount in general, including trade in and HDFC card discount. So I'll just quickly show that. If you click pre-order, you see this here and you can get explore the no cost EMI. So let's go back to the comparison that I was doing. All right, so colors aside, let's move on and further. This is liquid retina HD, this is XDR super retina. The screen size remains the same, but the Pro model, which is the one that I'm eyeing right now, has a ProMotion. And if you have used ProMotion on Mac laptops, you would really want to use that display. These displays are really gorgeous and reading is really crisp on them. So if you are somebody who scrolls fast, if you're gaming on your phone, ProMotion displays are just amazing. They have an adaptive refresh rate. There's other companies as well who do 120-160 hertz phone. But I think Apple has just nailed it. Whatever is the behind the spec from a user standpoint, it's great. The glasses are a little upgrade over the other. This is aluminum and glass. This is aluminum with some sort of a colored infused, and this is matte textured. You get the dynamic island, which is a new way to interact with your phone. It's kind of a mini tiny screen, a second screen. This is probably the biggest bump. So A13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So 13 to 14 to 15 to 16 to 17. 4 generations bump if you're looking to Pro, and you can be pretty sure that when iPhone 16 comes, it will have A17 Pro chip. That's how Apple is, playing this. So you are probably paying for a chip which will be launched a year now, and that's why the premium pricing. And it's a 3 nanometer chip. I'll talk about some of the features later in the video. If you have not subscribed to my channel, why have you not? Please give me enough likes so that this video reaches large number of audience. All right, that's the usual sales pitch. The primary reason of me upgrading to a newer iPhone, and I did not do that with 14 and waited for 15, was the camera setup. I really use my phone for content creation sometimes, and when I'm traveling, I don't want to carry my mirrorless camera with me. It's kind of a hassle for me. I have to carry cables, charging batteries and stuff like that. But with this, which is a 48 megapixel camera and has a super high resolution photo of compressed into 24 megapixel, it's just 4K like nothing else. It's very good for shooting videos, and if you are using it to shoot with an Apple laptop, it just connects wirelessly over a Mac laptop too. So that's probably my primary feature for choosing a phone. This has some enhanced film features within the portrait and focus mode, depth control, blah blah blah. not really super keen on it. The Pro model has 3 cameras while the 15 has 2. That's another reason I want to take at Pro. Sometimes I want to do zoom and close up shots, etc, etc. So I would prefer to have a 3x optical zoom. That's a telephoto lens. Crash detection, blah blah blah, these are all fine. This wasn't there before. A little better battery backup. I think this gives 23 hours. The primary, this I wouldn't say primary, I've used primary a couple of times now. The second reason for me to do this is if you shoot a video on your phone and the video ends up to be in couple of GBs, if you are shooting 4K, that's very likely to happen. You would know that it's a pain to get it out of the phone to a computer. It's really time consuming exercise. And with USB-C, which is on both of them, and I'll talk about the difference between them. So this USB-C supports USB 2, but is the standard USB-C speed, somewhere in the range of 400-500 megabytes per second. It's quite good for average users. If you don't do a lot of transfers between phone and computer, you wouldn't feel a difference. But this can probably do 10 gigabytes per second, which is a crazy speed. So I can literally use this to directly stream from my phone camera to an external device. That's one of the cool features which I really loved. So I can plug in a cable, I can plug in an external hard drive, keep it aside, and the camera will directly record on my external device, which is something I would love. I don't know how that will work out, but Apple has advertised it. The rest of the stuff is all good. This is glass front and back. Now they have added ceramic shield on top of the glass. I think they introduced this in 14 or 13, I am not sure, but a welcome feature. Not that I am really going to change for an upgrade is glass. A little better water resistance too, MagSafe, really don't care about it. This is the second reason I would probably go for 128 GB or even 256 GB if my budget allows it, if I'm able to nail some good deals, because again, storage is something I'm always getting in trouble with if you again shoot videos. 64 GB is always full for me. So if you see my phone, it's always running 58, 59, 61, 62, and it runs out of storage all the time. I'm doing storage optimizations all the time. But with 128 GB, I'm kind of future proofing myself. But 256 GB is really what I'm eyeballing for. This is what I was trying to talk about, the display. The rest of the display part is fine. This is an LCD and the newer ones are OLED display. OLED displays are much brighter, much more cleaner, much nicer to look for the eyes. But the ProMotion with adaptive refresh rate is just crazy. It I think goes down to 1 nit and blows up to 2000 nits in terms of brightness. And the refresh rate is also, it goes down to significantly lower levels and can pump eye up when you're playing games and stuff like that. Both of these are HDR displays. iPhone 11 was not. So the display alone to me is sometimes worth the upgrade, because you're glued onto the phone most of the time. It's good for your eyes to have a good display. A different resolution, Apple does this all the time. Weird pixel density, nothing to worry about. The peak brightness, as you see, is 625, and this is 2000. It's like 3 times more from 11. So using this under the sun, not going to be a problem. That's probably what I would probably not say that go and out use in the sun, but it's you have that feature. Weight wise, the Pro model, both of them are actually lighter than 11, which is probably because that the material sciences have evolved. The Pro model uses titanium and whatnot. This is 171, 187. Don't think you're gonna feel that difference, but hey. Both of them are rated IP68, but this is 6 meters, this was 2 meter. The chip is where something shines. So this chip is said to have a special core for handling USB-C, which is what gives its true power. Camera, I already talked about. This has a Pro camera system, 48 megapixel and 12 megapixel ultra wide and 12 megapixel telephoto. The 15 does not have the telephoto. Varying degrees of aperture, which are really good. sensor based optical image stabilization, which is, you know, nice. I think Apple just names these things so that it sounds intelligent. I really don't know, for instance, what is photonic engine, what is deep fusion, how does smart HDR2 versus smart HDR5 changes, but all I can say is the pictures look great, at least when Apple is selling it. Night mode portraits are introduced. You can do Pro RAW, which is huge. If you do Pro RAW shoot, you can actually also shoot in log. I think it was some mention somewhere. Yeah, you can see here. You can do log video recording. You can do ProRes video recording up to 4K at 60 FPS with an external recording. So this will shoot a 4K video at 60 FPS, you know, to an external device. And then some Academy color encoding system, blah blah blah. I don't understand any of these. The slow motion is pretty much the same, no changes there. I wanted the cinematic mode for quite some time, because I haven't shot videos completely on the phone, but this might, you know, enable me to do that. Front camera, I think the aperture changes, and there's some introduction of photonic engine. I think that it will be a, you know, regular improvement than a, you know, very significantly large improvement. The front camera also gets the cinematic mode, and then the safety features, wireless features, etc, etc. This has wireless 6E, so if you have a 6E enabled router, the speeds are gonna be crazy. Also, this has a ultra wideband chip, which can be really useful if you are trying to locate people, you know, use AirTags and stuff like that. And then the rest of the common features are there. So yeah, that's where I'll probably stop and you know, just go back to pricing. This one is at 134,900, which is 135,000. Well, you get 6 months of Apple Music free. I'm already using that. Yeah, this is what I was saying. So get up to 6,000 rupees discount on 15 Pro, 5,000 on 15. So, you know, 1,35,000 minus 6,000, that's 129, minus 10,000. So this comes to somewhere around 121, you know, 1,15,000. Now, if you're somebody who's gonna put this on, let's say, if you can't afford it, I wouldn't really suggest you to get it. But hey, if you have a users, I don't want to be to tell you not to buy it. It's a great phone. I most likely would get it. All right, that's it from a video standpoint. Drop in the comments if you have already purchased, share your videos around it, share how you have felt if you have, you know, already received the phone with you. I don't think anybody has yet. Probably it's gonna ship next week, but when you do, and if you watch the video, then please share it with us too. All right, that's Akash signing off. Bye bye.